Hey guys, how you doing? Yeah. So we're here to do another little walk, guys. Today we're going to be going up Broadway from 23rd here, Madison Square Park, to 34th. Pretty quick. Walking kind of the Nomad area of Broadway. Phil, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good. How are you?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's a nice day, finally. Before we start, guys, check out the Patreon and all that stuff. There's extras. You know the drill, huh? And like and subscribe, so you can just kick back and chew on your nerds gummy ropes or whatever you kids are eating, okay? Yeah, man, we could sit here and ramble all day. Phil, should we just start walking?
Yeah, let's go, old man.
You son of a, you bite your damn tongue, you hear me? I ain't old, I'm young. All right, let's go. So we're walking, like I said, we're walking up Broadway here. We're leaving, Madison Square Park here to the right. You see that there? Very nice. Named after James Madison, fourth president of the United States, all that. Also one of the Federalist paper authors. And then here we're walking through. I want to show you this though. So we're walking through. Check it out, Phil. Look at that thing. That big old obelisk.
Oh.
You know what that is?
No, what is that?
So that is the William Jenkins Worth Monument. This is actually a freaking Major General Worth.
Yeah.
So this guy was basically the second most important guy for the Mexican-American War. You know that little war that the United States started with with the newly independent Mexico to basically steal a third of their land. That's what happened. So those of you guys watching, if you're out in Arizona, New Mexico,
Yeah.
California, you're on some of the fruits of that. But yeah. Anyways, he's buried there. Well, or he's in the freaking mausoleum. So basically, in thanks for all his service in that war, his corpse is now getting stomped on by yuppies eating Shake Shack on their lunch break.
Beautiful.
But he's only second in command to Zachary Taylor. Zachary Taylor actually became president. He becomes president. Number two gets this.
We had a president named Zach.
Exactly. Exactly.
Zach Taylor.
Exactly. 40-40 club. There's a 40-40 club. You know about that, Phil? You got to know about that, right?
Yeah, of course, man.
It's the Jay-Z's club. Jay-Z's nightclub.
Is ESPN on the screen?
We'll be in there.
Reference.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. What is that, ESPN? Is that from a song?
Yeah, it's
Which
a
one?
reference to a lyric he said.
Which song is that?
Maybe it was 99 Problems, maybe?
Oh, okay. 99 Problems. I got 99 problems, but finding a good cameraman isn't one.
Hey, there we go.
Get Phil here. But yeah, we're walking up to the Nomad district here of, I guess you call it that. Some people do. Especially people who are trying to sell their buildings or rent out apartments. That's what makes your neighborhood fancy. You just change the name. So I wanted to show you this here in a second. So yeah, anyways, come on. I love how, you can always tell tourists are like the only ones who pop their collars up.
I know.
Notice that?
Yeah.
I guess they're trying not to get their necks sunburned. But that's such a funny thing. The pop collar and also capri pants.
Yes, that is true.
And very bright running shoes.
It's always funny seeing Europeans get used to the heat too.
Yeah.
In America.
Well, and also just walking around in it all the time. I want to show you this building. This is a pretty cool building here. See it? Give it a nice little slow pan down there, Phil. So this building here is the St. James Building, 1898. Bruce Price designed it, famous architect, but it's known because it had famous people's offices in it. Like Daniel Burnham's office was in there. Daniel Burnham's the guy who designed the Flatiron Building. Here, let's cross. And also Henry Pelton's offices. Henry Pelton was the architect who designed he designed the Riverside Church.
Really?
You ever been to Riverside Church?
No, I don't believe so.
It's up in
Actually, yes, I have. Didn't we shoot a video there?
around there, yeah. We didn't go in though. It's very, very historic because it's always had famous, like, you know, speeches and like people giving progressive talks and stuff. In fact, that's where Martin Luther King gave his famous Riverside speech in 1967, coming out against the Vietnam War, and also beginning his very anti-capitalist stance. Beginning of that, so it's like a year that lasted until he got it.
Yeah, of course.
We all know what happened.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
And obviously, as soon as you start talking
And actually,
anti-capitalist,
what's interesting is that he like broke with a lot of his former, you know, activists and stuff. Broke with him over that because they knew it was going to ruffle feathers but the Riverside Church speech was the one that kind of started it. Was the one that started all of that. So it's like a big marker, milestone in his development and activism, right?
nice.
So here you go. You got the this hotel here was the Nomad for many years. I think it's called like the Ned or something now. But it's like this neighborhood is also known for like some of the some fancy hotels in this neighborhood. That's one of them. I remember a friend of mine used to work there as a
Bartender?
no, what's the valet guys or
Like a concierge kind of?
Yeah, no, not concierge. What's the bellhop?
Bellhop, okay.
Bellhop. And celebrities are always staying there. They're like Will Smith, you know, the guy who slapped Chris Rock, that guy? That's his biggest credit in the last 10 years.
Right.
Well, he won an Oscar, I guess, the same time he slapped Chris Rock.
Right.
But that's a real.
I know, that's a whole thing.
Oof, man! Talk about a career shift for that guy.
know.
Holy crap! He was like the most beloved actor. Go figure. You slap someone on stage. You slapped a beloved comedian on stage, and people aren't going to like you anymore.
This is why you need to stand up for yourself behind closed doors, so that you don't feel emasculated and do dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Talk to your wife, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole other thing.
But this is a cool building. You see that one down there with the little clock up the top?
Yeah.
It's a pretty building. It's called the Gily House.
Oh, wow.
It was built as a hotel in the 1800s. You can see the like little cast iron type stuff on it. But it used to be, it was built by this guy, and it was and before that, it had like a cricket field and stuff there. It was like a little farmhouse with field and stuff.
Really?
And cricket field there. And one of the bigger cricket spots in New York at the time. This is like the 1800s, by the way. It's like way back. And the team there, the big team was called the Dragon Slayers, the cricket team.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty hard-ass name for a cricket team. Yeah, so that's the Gily House, 1200 Broadway, I believe. And then we're going to keep walking. This is going to take us to starting to get hungry, man.
Yeah, we've been walking a lot, man.
That's what you do here, man. We're walking, by the way, up to Herald Square. And once we get up to Herald Square, we're gonna get up into like the garment district, past that, up in the west part of it. You know, Macy's and all that stuff is up there.
Actually, can I ask you a question?
Yes, Phil, you can. Thank you for asking.
Thank
you for asking. That was a question, though, too, by the way.
I know, right?
You really dropped the ball there.
Do that. Yeah.
Sorry.
But
that's a very dad joke. Go ahead.
Everybody says that one.
Yeah.
When did Koreatown become Koreatown?
Here, let's go. Let's keep moving. We got to get away from that music.
Yeah, right? Copyrights.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to get copyright stricken. But Koreatown, I think, as also like the Chinatown, all that, those things are fairly new, like developments. By the way, Koreatown's coming up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
This is for all the viewers, Phil. I got to tell the viewers. all the millions of viewers we have here. But yeah, 32nd is Koreatown. And it kind of didn't start coming off till like, you know, we talked about how Chinatown kind of exploded after the Hart-Celler Act in 1965. Shortly after that, Koreatown started to kind of pop off. So we're talking like the 70s, 80s, and yeah, it's still there. Although,
really? I didn't know it was happening that early. I thought Koreatown in this area was, you know,
more recent,
like 2000s or something.
That too. Yeah. Like I said, it starts around then, and it just kind of keeps going.
Nice.
But there's also a lot of Koreans now in Flushing.
Well, yes, yeah. I mean, Queens, I feel like is that's where the real Chinatown and like real Koreatown
Yeah,
is.
we'll get a shot of it when we walk by here.
Absolutely. I love coming by this area because there's always so much cool stuff happening.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot of lively. I don't know if I'd want to live here.
No, never.
But
lively, but also food-wise, actually decently affordable.
That's true. Relatively.
Yes.
For Manhattan, especially. It's like you can't get a freaking lunch in Manhattan for under $20 now.
Yeah, but you can come around here and you might get something for like 15.
Yeah. So you can start seeing over here. I'll show you 32nd here in a second. But you can start seeing the park there. You start seeing the trees. It's not really a park, more like a square. We're kind of getting to Herald Square and Greeley Square, which is the one in the south. But this is so all the squares are really created by Broadway intersecting with another thoroughfare. We start at Madison Square, which is where Broadway intersects with 5th. Hello. 4th is Union Square, 5th, Madison Square, 6th is Herald Square, 7th is Times Square.
I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, I know you didn't, Phil. That's a big shock to me. This is the Martinique. This is a pretty cool hotel. Once again, you can't friggin' see it. Everything's covered in scaffolding. But this hotel was
beautiful, beautiful scaffolding.
Very gorgeous. Take my word for it.
Regal.
But it was actually built from like 1898 to like 1911. It took a little bit to finish because it kept getting added onto because this neighborhood kind of started to explode. In fact, the architect of this is Henry Hardenberg. You may not know the name, Phil, but he designed the Dakota, the apartments over next to Central Park. He designed the plaza. So he's a big deal. But this hotel was a fancy pants hotel for a while. See it? And here's some trivia. In 1916, this hotel was where they started the PGA, the golf.
Really?
Yeah. They came here, all the biggest golfers in the country were like, we need to make an organization for ourselves.
No way.
And so they came to this hotel, and that's where they started. And it was like a homeless shelter for during the 70s and 80s.
Huh.
Pretty rough back then. Now it's fancier, obviously. I'll show you here. We're going through Greeley Square. I'll just show you who this is named after until we get back to Broadway here. That's Horace Greeley. You see him?
Yeah.
Look at that neck beard, huh? Pretty disgusting neck beard.
That is nothing but neck beard. I've never seen something like that.
It's a serious neck beard. You think I can grow one of those in?
Yeah.
I gotta get to work. I gotta get to work.
I've literally never seen something like that in my life.
Well, you know who else had a big neck beard? Peter Cooper.
Really?
Peter Cooper of Cooper Union. He had a big old neck beard. That's one of the things, man. We should never make fun because who knows when the neck beard will come back. All it takes is, Brad Pitt to have one in Snatch 2 or whatever the hell they're making.
That is true.
And sure enough, they start making TikTok videos with showing you progress of people's neck beards, and it's the thing.
Everything's subjective.
Everything's subjective and cyclical, as they say. You can't reinvent the wheel, so you just got to keep going around and around. So you can start seeing here. You can see that clock down there. That's all Herald Square. We're going to keep going here in a second. Come on. There's Bank of America and H&M. H&M, of course, famous for their patented technology, everybody, where the clothes, 2 weeks after you bought them, they disintegrate. They turn to dust. It's very interesting technology they developed in Sweden. Yeah. But I want to come over to this side so you can see angle here. That's pretty cool. Oh, and also here, you know some trivia. You know Bank of America, Phil? You know the story of it at all?
No.
So it was started in the early 1900s in San Francisco. And it was started by an Italian guy as a way to kind of give money and like loans and things and become like a bank for immigrants.
Really?
So it was like actually like a, you know, had like this like almost philanthropic kind of bent.
Nice.
They got rid of that for sure.
Yeah, very quick.
But interesting fact, it was the name of it was called the Bank of Italy. Bank of Italy.
Really?
Yeah, it was called Bank of Italy. And then they changed the name in the 1930s. I think it was 1930 to Bank of America.
Oh wow.
Was
there a reason for
more
the
music
name change?
Yeah, probably better business.
Yeah,
if you're in the United States and you call yourself Bank of America. All right, well, hopefully this music isn't too loud. Here, let's go over here.
Yeah,
But,
let's get away from it.
Here, you got to respect people's right. You got to respect people's right to blare their music.
Well,
it's a very New York thing
honestly,
to do.
Don't worry. That music sucks, so it's probably not going to get copyrighted.
Yeah,
I'm being honest with you.
You think he's listening to royalty-free music?
Yeah.
Let's hope. He's listening to like.
He's listening to like his little cousin.
Yeah.
You know.
So check it out. This is a cool building. Look at this. And there's the Empire State Building too. You can see the Empire State Building?
Yeah.
This building here right behind me though, Empire State Building's over there. We're not going to talk too much about that. You know about that. No need to waste our breath. Also, it's not on Broadway, and we're talking about Broadway, but the one right behind me is. This used to be the Hotel McAlpin, it was called. And it is actually, today, it's the Herald Towers, which is, guess what it is?
Apartments.
Yeah, luxury apartments.
Great.
But it was the biggest hotel in the world when it was finished back in the day, early 1900s. And it was actually, this is an interesting fact, this is where Jackie Robinson received his call to get put on the Dodgers.
Really?
Brooklyn Dodgers, yeah. Also, where Harry K. Thaw is, here, let's walk through here. Harry K. Thaw was the guy who shot Sanford White and killed him on the roof of Madison Square Garden, which Sanford White designed in 1906. He got shot and killed. And he was prosecuted, and they found him insane, so they put him in an insane asylum, and he got out a few years later. And then he was staying there, and he got in trouble for whipping a 19-year-old boy. Yeah, he basically told this 19-year-old he's going to give him a job and stuff. This by the way, this guy's like a millionaire. He was like a millionaire heir. He inherited fortune. Check out this. This is cool. And he promised this guy a job, got him a place, a room at the hotel, and then he just shows him, starts whipping him with a whip, and the guy had run away and everything. This is it's an insane story.
Sorry,
yeah.
I don't mean it.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts?
It's a hell of a job interview.
I know, right? Exactly. Although not too far off from some of the jobs I've had.
Yeah, right. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
This is New York.
This is New York, and we're trying to make a living here, an honest living. But yeah, this thing here, you see the little clock and everything. This thing used to be on the clock and the bell and everything used to be on the offices to the New York Herald, which is why it's called Herald Square. Here, let's cross here, and. Yeah, the guy's name is James Gordon Bennett Sr. started it, then his son took over. But the New York Herald was he said that the purpose of a newspaper was to entertain, not just inform people stuff. So you can imagine the kind of crap they came up with. But the New York Herald took off, it was a huge deal. Also, interesting fact, they actually pioneered, well, turn this way. They actually pioneered the idea of the extra.
Really?
Extra, something like extra, extra, the boys won the war, extra, extra,
Read
or
all
extra,
about
extra,
it.
Weisenheimer Roosevelt thinks he's the cat's meow. Anyways, but yeah, this is the Macy's here. This is the big deal, obviously. Oh, I forgot to mention too. Damn, I forgot to mention it. Here, I got to show you the other building. I totally
forgot about the Old Navy.
I forgot to walk into Old Navy and show you
man.
some good tech vests.
There's a Zoomies over there.
No, there's a on the other side. Well, crap, we can't go back there now. But the Gimbels used to be over on the other side of the Old Navy. I was busy rambling about Horace Greeley, who started the New York Tribune, by the way. That's why he's famous, and his neck beard. So, anyways, here, check it out. I want to show you this. So So the Macy's is here, but Gimbels was also right next to it, right over next to that glass building. Gimbels shut down. Gimbels started in like a tiny town in Indiana, and then it started to spread out, went to like Milwaukee, then Philly, then New York. And it basically planted itself there. Really ballsy, man. They were competing with Macy's, which Macy's, by the way, is like this is the biggest department store in the world at the time. And so it was a big deal. This is 1902, it opened. Started by a guy named R.H. Macy. Huh? Here's a story you might not know, Phil. It's a little trivia for you guys. The Macy star comes from a tattoo that he got on his hand when he went on a whaling expedition as a kid. He was trying to find himself where he got a tattoo of a star. That was the logo.
Huh.
Pretty cool, huh?
That is cool.
Yeah, he went and go find himself on a whaling expedition. Today, you go friggin' study abroad, you know?
Yeah, right.
Come back speaking with an accented English or something.
It's especially weird too, because tattoos back then were like
Yeah,
they were
tattoos
rare.
back then. Yeah, tattoo. You use like a hammer and nail or something.
Yeah. And they meant you were like, a criminal or something.
You were like
So-
either you were a freaking prostitute or a sailor or something.
Yeah,
Well, he
so
was a
it's-
sailor.
yeah.
But anyways, it got bought out by Nathan and Isidore Strauss, and then they kind of like they built this and all that. But they also Isidore Strauss died on the Titanic. He died on the Titanic. He was the guy who, in the movie, him and his wife were like in bed, like hugging as the water rushes into their thing. That was supposed to be them. They actually had lines in the movie that got cut out. Anyways, I'm digressing. Macy is huge. It's hard to like convey how important department stores were in the United. Like this is where you went. Like when you had time you go to the department store. They were all gigantic. They were like floors and floors and floors of people just packed in. There were multiple ones. We've talked about Ladies Mile and stuff like that, but there were so many of them, and they were just always filled. And then that started to go away, go bye-bye. We're talking like first half of the 1900s, late 1800s. That's when they were their heyday. But anyways, this is the Macy's. I'm rambling. Listen to me. Huh? What do you think, Phil? We learned something, huh? We did Herald Square, got to Herald Square, walked Broadway, Ladies Mile, huh?
Yeah, I never knew that about the Macy's guy. It's
Pretty
really
cool.
cool with the star thing.
The star thing, R.H. Macy. But yeah, we made it, guys. Thank you for watching, making it this far. Like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon, huh? Hello. Extras.
Definitely.
And yeah, definitely. Yeah. Phil wants to get paid, baby. He wants his paycheck, a raise, huh?
Hey.
Wants a big old raise. But yeah, anyways, I don't know what to tell you guys. Thank you guys for watching. We made it to the end. You guys sat through a video. Congrats. This wasn't a 30-second clip on Instagram or whatever you kids are watching. And yeah, thanks for watching. Congratulations. Sitting still. And see you all later. Sick.